everybody and welcome to my live video this afternoon. I'm going to link us to Clan Oscha, our community group, just now. Hopefully I can do that okay. Perfect. Do say hello when you've joined the chat this afternoon. And please do introduce yourself, let me know where you're tuning in from today, and I'd love to hear how you're getting on this afternoon. Perhaps you can give me a little one-word answer for how you're feeling today and how your day is going. Today I would say that I am feeling pretty energetic today on this Tuesday. We have had a pretty mixed week in terms of weather here in Scotland, but I'm really looking forward to chatting with you all this afternoon. So let me know where you're tuning in from today. I don't think we've been joined into the clan quite yet, so if anybody would like to share this video into our Clan Oscha Facebook page, that would be much appreciated. I don't seem to have been able to do that this afternoon. So that would be brilliant. So do say hello when you've joined me today. We're going to be talking about our new releases. So these are slings that are coming out tomorrow evening. We've got a brand new pattern, really jam-packed video for you this afternoon. I'm so excited to share everything with you. We've got a brand new pattern coming up. We also have a brand new Middle Earth pattern to tell you all about this afternoon as well. And last but not least, we've got a really special blend with Sekai Radiance. So I just can't wait to chat to you all about the slings. So I would love to hear how you're all getting on today. Say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me your one word around how you feel this afternoon. How are you feeling this Tuesday afternoon or this morning, wherever you are in the world? I'd love to know. I'm Hannah from Oscha Slings and I'm feeling pretty energetic, which is great for the video. I've had a great start to the week, so I'm really looking forward to our little session. Do let me know if you have any questions throughout. Hi everyone, lovely to have you joining me. Hello Christina. Oh, you're feeling good. I'm really pleased about that. Natasha from Vancouver. Natasha, are you our tester for the Blossom Moon? Do let me know if I've got the right Natasha. And you're feeling optimistic. Oh, brilliant. That's so good. Brilliant. Do let me know how you're all getting on. Hi, Deborah from Maryland. And, oh, brilliant. And Charles, yes, you can ask me any questions that you want. And, oh, lovely. Thanks, Natasha. That's good. Well, do chip in if you've got any other comments that I might not cover for the Blossom Moon. I'd love to hear from you. And welcome, Marina from Germany. Lovely to see you all. It's so lovely to have such a spread of customers all over the globe. So it's wonderful that we can all be connected here online. Great, so I'll get started. So first of all, we are going to kick off with this beautiful new pattern, Blossom Moon, and this one has been woven on our Bell Warp, so it's our lovely fresh grad from deep royal blue at the bottom all the way through these beautiful purpley tones into a kind of more lilac shade towards the top, and then sky blue on the top rail. So this Blossom Moon pattern, some of you may recognise it. It was actually a collaboration with our Cherry Blossom pre-order group. So I think it was early last year possibly, do correct me if I'm wrong. We developed this lovely pattern which is a combination, well it's a development of the Blossom pattern. So you've got this lovely midnight full moon in the middle here surrounded by the beautiful cherry blossom. I'll bring that closer to you. So I don't know if it's the same with where you are at the moment, but we have the most beautiful cherry blossom here in Edinburgh right now. Oh, and Anne, you were saying you had it in Fire and Ice as well. Oh, brilliant. So it's actually been released, you're right, it's been released a couple of times over with pre-orders. So this is our first release here at Oscha of the Blossom Moon pattern. So it is, yeah, it's a beautiful spring-like pattern, and it's so lovely to have it out this time of year with the cherry blossoms certainly around. So I'm going to pop it on and I'll tell you about the blend we've woven this one in, and do let me know if you have any questions at all about it. So I'm going to put it on with a front wrap cross carry tied at shoulder. And this is because I think it can be quite nice to have a bit of a knot on the shoulder, and you can see the lovely blossom sort of pattern trailing out down from the front. So of course, with patterns that have a sort of centre as such, like this beautiful one, I'm going to try and make sure that I have my blossom centred nicely in the middle. So I think I'm going to go with this moon, and I'll bring up this side over my shoulders. This can be my short side that I'm going to tie my slip knot around. Hi Pam, lovely to see you. Just get myself sorted. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I've still got my lovely moon. I think that should be fine. Hopefully I will have left myself enough room to tie my baby on here. Great. And this is a size 4 that I'm using this afternoon for the Blossom Moon, and my base size is a size 5, so this will give you a little bit of an idea of what you can do with a size 4. Hi Isabel, lovely to see you. I've been really enjoying your images of Sekai in the clan, so again, if you have anything that you want to add when we get to the Sekai Radiance, I'd love to hear your thoughts about that one. Hi Jordan, hi everyone. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten up the bottom rail first of all of my sling. Make sure my blossoms, my big moon and my blossoms are in a lovely placement. I think that'll be nice, and I'll just bring this all down. Perfect. So the blend of Blossom Moon is a really lovely blend, this one. So it's woven on a BCI, Better Cotton Initiative warp, so that's our bell warp on a BCI, yeah, Better Cotton Initiative organic home cotton warp. That's what I'm trying to say. Tongue-tied this afternoon. And then it also has 27% tencel in it, and 9% wild silk and 9% cotton. So the cotton and the wild silk is a blended yarn, so you do get some lovely little flecks from the wild silk in the ecru. It's actually a white, I think it's been it's a white tone rather than an ecru tone, and you can see on the reverse there a little bit more clearly there's some really nice kind of flecky texture from the wild silk. But the weft is actually alternating with a tencel weft, so again a nice white bright tencel, so you do get a kind of a lovely glowy look and feel from the tencel weft, and the wild silk adds a nice kind of cushiness to it, so it adds a lovely kind of moldability and cush to the blend. So I am aware that some of our customers find that high percentage tencel slings can feel a little bit slippery, or may kind of lose their kind of, I guess, maybe don't hold their place quite as much as other blends, but the wild silk in this sling really counteracts that, so you get the lovely benefit of the strength from the tencel, that lovely glowy kind of shimmery look from the tencel, but you also reap the benefits of the wild silk, and that kind of just pairs back the kind of shimmery or shiny kind of nature of the tencel. So it's a really lovely combination blend, this one, with that added wild silk. And wild silk is so lovely to wrap with. It's so comfortable on your shoulder. It's really moldable. It really kind of stays in place. It kind of almost feels like a bandage when you're tying it. So it's a really lovely choice, this one. So the GSM of this sling is, God, gosh, I've lost it in my notes. 309 GSM. So the GSM, it's a little bit kind of thicker than some of our kind of, I would still describe it as a medium weight sling, but it is 300 GSM, so it's a lovely, just going to bring this round, and I saw a little comment there that I'd like to read out. So Natasha's saying, I personally love the high percentage of tinsel. Like you said, the shine was great. Having the wild silk really made it so cushy and comfortable. Exactly. So although it has 27% tinsel in this sling, it really feels very grippy, staying in place. It's, you know, it feels nice and soft on the shoulders. It has that extra bit of cush, and I think that really is thanks to the wild silk. Okay, so I've got my two passes nice and tight there. Of course, my little baby, she's quite small, she's quite young, so the moon is a little bit hidden down there, but you know, you can imagine if you had a slightly bigger baby, or if you were doing a slightly different carry, maybe a double hammock or something, then you would see the moon a little bit more. So I'm just going to pop into both knee pits with this one and bring it up and do a little slip knot on the shoulder if I can. So over, under, up, and under, over, and through. That's what's going on in my head anyway. And tighten that in place. And there we've got a lovely slip knot. Just make sure she's got good positioning, knee to knee positioning. And I'll just sort out my display of my knot, and there we go, I'm good to go. So that's your Blossom Moon Bellissima in a front wrap cross carry tied at shoulder, which is a lovely carry for you know, for beginners. If you're starting out and you're looking for a shorter sling, then it can be a really lovely one. So I'm feeling a lovely nice kind of cushiness on my shoulders, which is great, and everything was very easy to tie. That's another thing that's great about this blend. It's really easy to tie. It's very kind of glides well, but it's also quite grippy, so we call this a good balance between grip and glide. I can see there is a question or a comment here. This is the perfect wrap for my Lord of the Rings wrap to learn in a size 5, base is size 6. Okay, thank you Lottie for helping everyone out there with your comment. Brilliant. Fab. So, Blossom Moon Bellissima, I would say, is a pretty good all-rounder. Perhaps a little bit on the thick side for a newborn, but to be honest, you wouldn't have to have a very big baby to you know, to be absolutely fine in this sling. I would say, you know, maybe kind of 2 or 3 months up, and then into toddlerhood. Perfect, really comfy. I'm not sure how old your little one was, Natasha. You tested this sling. I'm not sure how old your wee one is, but maybe you could let us know and let us know what you think about ages for this one. And again, because it has got that lovely wild silk, really nice cushiness, it's going to be perfect for toddlers as well. Great for all climates really. It's not too thick, it's not particularly thin, so I would say you could wear this one all year round, and natural fibres, nice and breathable. So that's Blossom Moon Bellissima, and it will be out tomorrow evening at 7:30 in the evening. So that's tomorrow, Wednesday, the 5th of May. If I've got my dates right. Perfect. So let me know if you have any questions or comments on this sling, and we can always come back to it later. So Natasha, you're saying that he was 6 months, and did you find it was quite a good weight and a good sling for his age? Lovely. Yes, Natasha, I loved how supportive it was for him, kept him in place nicely. Perfect. That's brilliant. So I will take this one off and I'll show you our next pattern, which is the Middle Earth pattern. So I've got my slip knot here on my front wrap cross carry, so it's really nice and simple, just lift under bottom a little bit, supporting them, and bring down the slip knot there, and then I've got plenty of space to take them out. And I think I saw a comment there about showing a little bit more of the pattern. Let me see. So Christine is asking, can you tell me more about the pattern? Does it have a special meaning for Oscha? To be honest, I think that this pattern, I know that Zoe, who is the founder of Oscha, she has a brother who lives in Japan, and obviously the cherry blossom there is just so stunning that we were really kind of keen on creating a cherry blossom design, and we have a lot of cherry blossom here in Scotland, and in Edinburgh we have this amazing park which is called the Meadows, and in the Meadows there's rows and rows of cherry blossom trees, and I'll pop into the clan. I'll try to take a photo this week or at the weekend, and I'll add a picture into the clan for you. So I think that the cherry blossom idea is always something that, you know, is really I guess just kind of feels lovely in terms of like kind of new beginnings and the awakening of spring, and it just feels like a lovely pattern to have. But I think the sort of moon design as well is quite it's quite romantic, and it's significant in the way that, you know, I guess as you all as parents, you know, the time you spend with your little ones overnight and night feeds, and perhaps staring at the moon, it maybe will bring back nice memories of that as well. So yeah, and it also has these beautiful rails at the bottom, this lovely detailing at the bottom of that, the bottom rail and the top rail, and they're framed really nicely on this colourway. So I think that can be a really nice feature for wrapping in particular, that you can get really lovely rails top and bottom. So that is Blossom Moon Bellissima. Perfect. Okay, so the next sling I'm going to show you is another new pattern, which is Imladris Melwa. So Melwa is the colourway, and Melwa means lovely in Elven. And this pattern, some of you may recognise it from the Fire and Ice pre-order. So this has a little bit of history to it. So this was actually our very first Rivendell design. So this depicts the Valley of Rivendell. Hold it out so you can see. And we've got the River Brunnen down here at the bottom to the west, and the misty mountains behind the valley to the east. So this design kind of faces east in Middle-earth. And then we have a night sky, which is lovely as well, a depiction of the night sky, the clouds in the top there. And so it depicts the last homely house, which is Eldora's house, and it is one of our Elven designs, and I think that the colourway as well particularly suits the Elven design and that kind of ethereal look and feel. So this is our, it was actually the first design that we came up with for Rivendell years ago, when we started looking at a Rivendell pattern, or a pattern you know, inspired by Rivendell. And we ended up kind of changing our designs, and we went with our current Rivendell pattern, which some of you will be familiar with. And it was only when we put out a little scrap piece of a prototype into one of our scrap packs, and one of our customers said, "Oh, we really love this design. What is it? Can we weave it?" And then we decided to develop it and weave it along for the Fire and Ice pre-order. And then this is our very first design that we've brought out of this pattern. So that's a little bit about the pattern, and in the blend of this one, what I'll do is I'll pop it on and I'll show you how it wraps, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the blend, and any other design details that I can think of as well, I'll point out to you. So because it's quite a kind of detailed pattern, I'm going to go with a front wrap cross carry for this one. Again, you could decide to have it right in the middle there with the Misty Mountains at the top. We were also inspired, this design is also a little bit more similar in style to our current Misty Mountains design that we have. So those of you who are familiar with that one, it's a similar feel with a little bit of an Art Nouveau twist as well. To add in. So I think I'll go with that placement. A little bit of the moon to the side, the Misty Mountains to the other. And I've got a size 6 with me today, and so I'll just pop that on and you can see the lovely pattern and colour there coming through. Perfect. So I'm just going to gather that all up. Lovely. And I'll just get my baby pop them in, and then I will be able to tell you a little bit more. So the blend of this one is, again, it's woven on the same warp, it's the same colourway as the Blossom Moon. So it's 50% BCI cotton. And, oh Christina, you're asking to see the wrong side as well. Yes, I'll show you the wrong side when I take it off so that you can really see that clearly. And it also has 30% bamboo viscose, which is what we used to call pure bamboo. So it's the slightly heavier weight bamboo than the bamboo viscose that you're kind of used to, so it is great for toddlers, this one. It's really super easy to wrap with, and it also has 20% cotton as well, so it's the bamboo cotton blend for the weft, and it's a really, really lovely, actually I'll need to double check that the bamboo viscose and cotton as to whether it's alternating or blended, and I will confirm that for you. It could be one or the other, but I'll just double check that as well. But either way, it's a really lovely glidey blend, so it's really easy to wrap with. It's about 339 GSM, so it seems as though it's a little bit higher than than a kind of standard kind of medium weight wrap, but I would say that often the viscose yarns, the bamboo viscose yarn, do often weigh heavier than they actually feel in hands, so you can see, it doesn't actually look as a traditional sort of 340 GSM wrap would look. So I wouldn't be put off I wouldn't be put off about that, wouldn't be put off by the GSM if you're thinking that it looks or it feels, it may feel heavier. It certainly won't. So I would say that you could definitely use this one for a smaller baby, and probably not a newborn, but again, a couple of months, 2 or 3 months up, and you'll be absolutely fine. It'll be really nice and toddler worthy, and it's good for all climates because bamboo is actually antibacterial, and it is said to have SPF properties as well, so protect you a little bit. But of course I would always wear adequate sun lotion for you and your little one. But there we go. That's Imladris Melwa. And I'll just show you the quote along here as well. So this says, "Rivendell, upon whose house the stars of heaven most brightly shone." So that's a quote from The Lord of the Rings as well that goes all the way along, and then it repeats all the way along the sling. Perhaps you can see the double knot there. It's really not too bulky. It feels absolutely fine. So it's, as I say, it's 339 GSM, but it doesn't feel particularly thick. I've got a nice amount of cushion on my shoulders, really easy to glide, really easy to tie, and it stays in place well. And I'm not sure if our tester Marina is here this afternoon, but you can check out her review of this sling on our on Clan Oscha as well, and you'll be able to see how she got on trying it with her little one. So yeah. Perfect. So let me see if you've got any questions at all. And just in case, I think I may have mispronounced Elrond. I think I may have said Eldor, and what I meant was Elrond. So Rivendell is the valley, and in the valley there is the last homely is called the last homely house, and that is the house of Elrond in Middle Earth. So as the elves were travelling west, they stayed there, and it was seen as the last kind of welcoming place for them. Brilliant. Natasha says, I love this pattern. I may have to get my hands on it. It's so beautiful. Lovely. Okay, so if you are a fan of Middle Earth, I'd love to hear what you think about this pattern, and if it adds any, you know, if you have anything you want to add to what I've said at the moment, I would love to hear what you think. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to show you the reverse side of, I'm not sure whether you were looking for the reverse side of both of them, so I'll show you the reverse side of both of these two slings before we move on. So there we go. Yeah, as I said, it's great for all climates, and it is, I would say it's good all-rounder for younger babies and up to toddlerhood, particularly good. So I'll show you the reverse of the pattern, and I'll also show you the knot so that you can get a really good idea of that as well. So this is the reverse of the Imladris. So you can see, if you wanted to carry showing the back, then that's what it would look like. So you've got the river at the bottom, the valley of Rivendell, and the Misty Mountains over behind. It's so beautiful, this one. And you can get really detailed and see all the features of the design and the house. Great. So that is Imladris. And Imladris is another name for Rivendell, in case you weren't aware. That's the single knot. So you can see it really is, it's not too bulky, certainly for 339 GSM sling. So let me know if you have any more questions about that one. And just before we move on, I'll show you the back of the Blossom Moon as well, because I'm not too sure whether I think you were asking for both. So you can see the moon is really nice on the back as well. Really interesting. So you could do a really nice fancy finish, or you could kind of show the reverse and then you know, pop some flipped shoulders on there or something for a front carry or a back carry, and you would be able to pick and choose whether you want to have the front a glowy moon or the darker side on the back. You can see all the, and you can see those lovely flecks as well from the wild silk in that weft of the Blossom Moon. Such a feminine, lovely, elegant pattern. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the Sekai Radiance. So let me just get organised and check any more comments from you. Okay, so Rebecca's asking, how do you think this would be as a ring sling for a 1-year-old in the UK spring summer? Are its properties suited to this? Rebecca, are you asking about the Imladris? If you are, to be honest, let me just have a look and see. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just bring, I think we're talking about the Imladris. I'm going to stick with Imladris until we've got all the questions answered and until we've chatted about it, got everything answered, and then I'll move on afterwards. So we'll start with Rebecca's question, I think, Rebecca, if you can, I'll confirm your question about the 1-year-old. Let me just get your comment. Perfect. Okay, so Rebecca's asking, do you think it would be suitable as a ring sling for a 1-year-old in the UK spring summertime? Are its properties suited to this? Yes, I would say absolutely. This will be a perfect ring sling for a 1-year-old in the UK summertime, and the reasons for that is that it's very supportive. So you've got, if it's about, you know, sort of feels like 300 GSM, which is great for toddlers, great for little ones. It'll glide through the rings really nice and easily. You won't have a problem tightening it, and it feels really lovely in hand. It'll be soft, it'll be strong, and for the UK summertime, it's not going to feel too thick. It's going to be a really nice layer there, and you know, if you're wearing it on quite a warm day, then you can just make sure to wear slightly less layers underneath. But again, a ring sling is one layer over you and your baby, so it's going to be perfect for that. Absolutely, I would say that is good. And if you were asking about the Blossom Moon, I'll do a little bit on that as well, but it would also be suitable for the summer. Great, okay, so Nikki's asking, what is the difference between pure bamboo and viscose bamboo? So all bamboo is viscose, basically. So we had slightly different terminology for pure bamboo and viscose bamboo, and it was more to do with the way, the percentage, I think, of bamboo, and also to do with the feeling of it and the thickness of it. So pure bamboo was always kind of described as a toddler worthy yarn, because it's quite heavy, it's a bit heavier and provides a thicker GSM, and the bamboo viscose was always described as a really great one for newborns because it's so flexible, it's very thin and, you know, easy to tie with. But as you know, we basically want to be as transparent as possible around our terminology of bamboo. So I believe this one will be named bamboo viscose. So I will confirm that for you actually after the call. I'll confirm that with our designer, Carmen, and just make sure that I'm giving you the accurate information. But as far as I believe, we just want to make sure that we're being clear that all of the bamboo that we use is actually bamboo viscose. So yeah, it gives those lovely properties, and I think the main thing is for us to be able to explain which type of bamboo feel you'll be getting for each wrap. So that's why this one is going to be great for toddlers. It's you know, it'll be fine for young babies as well. It's really easy to wrap with, but it's not as light as the bamboo viscose that we have previously used. So I will double check all my facts around that, and I'll get back to you after the call, just to ensure that that's where we are with it. So Natasha says, I think I missed how thick you said it felt in comparison to how high the GSM is. Yeah, so all of the viscose yarns, so the bamboo viscose generally weighs in a little bit higher than it actually feels in hand. So I would always take kind of 20 to 30 grams off the stated amount. So obviously when we weigh it, we always put the correct weight. But bamboo and viscose in particular, I would say this feels to me more like a wrap that's about 300 GSM rather than 340. So I'd say 300, 310. That's what it feels like in hand, and you can kind of see that the way it moves and the way it feels. And it's a really super kind of sturdy sling. It'll stay in place, and it might need a little bit of breaking in as well, and it'll become even softer. But that's your knot. That's your double knot there for your 339 GSM sling. So I don't think that looks particularly bulky, and it's very easy to wrap with. So that was that, Natasha. And Julie's asking for Blossom Moon. You can see Blossom Moon, you can watch the video again, and I'll show it again quickly at the end. Waztek, is that how you pronounce your name, or are you Luca? Has said it's a nice quote, super the way you pay attention to the details. Yeah, it's so lovely to create new Middle Earth patterns, because there's just so much that you can include, and it's just really, really lovely the way you can add all of the details from the story. Christina says she loves the wrong side. Yeah, a base mine. A base +1. Yeah, that'll be great. You can do lots of fancy finishes and back carries and everything. Diane says it's so gorgeous. Love both sides. Perfect. Brilliant. Okay. Marina, you can catch Imladris at the end. That's a little sneak preview of it there, and you can watch the video again afterwards, but do let me know if you have any specific questions that I haven't covered already. Great, lovely. Freya, no, don't worry, we're doing the Sekai Radiance next. It's coming up. Great, okay. Julie says, I want to catch them all. Sophia's asked, will the moon be visible on the Nook panel? Yes, it will be. We will definitely make that a carrier placement for the Blossom Moon. So on the listings of these slings on the website, you'll be able to see exactly where the pattern will be placed for all of the new releases. So you'll be able to see that for the carriers if you go onto the listing, the made to order listing tomorrow evening, and you'll be able to see it. But absolutely, we will have the moon nice and visible on all of the carriers. Lovely. Okay. Marina says, oh, Marina, you are here from testing. Perfect. She's saying Marina is really lovely to bind and carry. So that's lovely feedback from Marina, who's our tester. So that's great. Ida's asking, will you leave this video up afterwards? I'm in the swimming hall and can't hear a word. Yes, we will. Don't worry. You can watch the video after we've finished. I will post it on our Facebook page. Alison says, I would love the Imladris in a throw pre-order. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. That would be so nice, wouldn't it? Great. Perfect. All right, so let's move on to Sekai Radiance, and there's a little bit of sun coming through the window now, so hopefully we'll be able to see this beautiful shimmer in the sunlight. And if you can't see it, I might open up the blind here so that you can get a lovely shimmery look. So this is the Sekai Radiance, and I'm really tempted to open this blind. 1 second. Okay, so hopefully you can see this lovely shimmery sling. It really kind of shines when you have the beautiful colours on it, and the drape as well. Hopefully that's not affecting the video too much with the sunlight coming in. So I want to show you this. You can see it kind of shimmering, and the drape of this sling is just beautiful. If I hold it in my hand. Wow, Jordan said this might be my first Sekai. So if I just show you that drape there, it's so soft and shimmery. So I'm just going to close the blind again, just because I think it's causing some issues with the light, but I just wanted to show you how shimmery that is in real life. Hopefully that wasn't too distracting for you all. Okay, so let's chat about the blend of this and why it is so shimmery. So the Sekai Radiance has been woven with Egyptian mako cotton. So Egyptian mako cotton has been treated in such a way that it provides this beautiful, beautiful shimmer and a really, really intense colour. And it also is a really long staple yarn, which kind of means that it kind of has like a really nice kind of even texture and smooth texture all the way along. And the other reason, one of the other reasons that it's so shimmery as well is because it's actually been woven on a different loom from our normal slings. So it's been woven on a loom that allows it to have more weft yarns, more warp yarns. So it's the bright pink mako cotton warp, so that's the fuchsia pink colour that you're seeing. And it actually has finer weft yarns than what we normally use, but more of them. So this adds to the shimmer. So that it's finer yarns, more of them, and a more dense kind of weave. But it ends up being a really strong sling, but of quite a light GSM. So the GSM of this one is 270, but it's super strong. And I think Isabeau has said that it was perfect for her little one, and perhaps a double layer carry for toddlers, which I would agree with. But on the most part, it is really lovely and soft. It will break in a little bit more as well, but it's a really special shimmery sling. So I'm just going to check if there's any more comments on this one, and then I'll talk a wee bit more about the blend and the wrapping qualities of it as well. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. Great. So yeah, there's lots of love for the Sekai. It's so shimmery, it kind of just glows. So Isabeau, if you have anything else you want to add, you had left some lovely images and a lovely review in the clan, so if anybody wants to see Isabeau's review, you can also check them there. Lovely. So nice to see all of your comments. And oh, Isabeau says the drape gets even better after a few days of breaking in. Well, that's brilliant. That's great to know. Yeah, this is just fresh out of the Oscha bag with a little iron. And that's good that it gets even more comfortable to wear. Lovely. Bree says, I'm excited to use upside down as a mermaid's tail. Ah, that's a really sweet idea. That's it, upside down. Lovely. Great. I think I'm going to pop for yes, I'm going to go for a slip knot with this one. I'll do a traditional hip carry with this one. Isabeau says, nothing to add, it speaks for itself. Awesome as a scarf too. Yeah, that's true. And Tara says, hello from Nova Scotia. I've never been tempted to buy Sekai, but the shimmer and drape is so beautiful. So the other reason that it's so shimmery is because the weft, the electric blue weft, is a tensile weft. So the entire blend of this one is 57% tensile in the weft, and that's due to the lighter weight yarns being used in the warp. You would normally get a higher percentage for the warp than the weft, but because this one has the lighter yarns, you've actually got less. So in the warp. So 57% tensile and 42% mercerized Egyptian mako cotton, and it is 271 GSM. So it feels lovely and lightweight in hand, even though it is even though it's 270 GSM wrap, it feels nice and weight in hand, and it's super strong. So I'm going to go for a traditional sling carry, or just a traditional hip carry here with a slip knot on the shoulder. So I've gathered up my sling, and I'm going to sort my slip knot first, and then I'm going to pop my baby in. So this is a size 2 that I'm using, and so I'm going to go over, under and up, pull everything through, and then under my downwards pass, over and through, and then I can pull that nice and tight. So you can see the slip knot there, and I can slide that up and down, but it's also staying in place. So I would say that it doesn't feel too slippery. I'm not sure what you think, Isabel, from trying it with your little one, but it certainly, to me, doesn't feel like a slippery, you know, too slippery in terms of the tencel. It's obviously quite a high % tencel, but the Mako cotton does counteract that quite well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create my pouch for my baby. So what I need to do is give myself a little bit more room through my knot and get myself ready. So this is a lovely alternative if you wanted to go for an alternative to a ring sling. You can go for a size 2 wrap, pop your slip knot in, take your wrap on and off with ease, and that'll be fine. So I'm just going to give myself that little bit extra that I need and get my baby. So this one's going to be lovely for all climates. It's a really nice sling for, I would say, for the summer months ahead. I think it's going to be a lovely option. I've just realised I've popped my knot on my left shoulder, and I much prefer a right shoulder sling, so this is going to be interesting, but I'm just going to bring her head round so that she's sitting in a better position. Make sure that my knot is up nicely, and I'm going to pop round to the back here to bring up my pass. There we are. Yes, a size 2 is perfect for a scarf and a hip carry, so that would be a really good option. And I'm going to gather my excess fabric round the back. That's a little tip for doing a shoulder carry, and then bring that excess fabric through, and just make sure that I'm taking all of that slack that I've got extra, bringing it through to my knot, or to my tightening system, as we like to say, so that it's easier to pull through all of the bits to tighten everything up nicely. So I'll just find, there we are. And then I also like to wear this a little bit capped over the shoulder. So I'll cap that, and then make sure that I've got everything nicely pulled round. And once this breaks in a little bit more as well, I will definitely, it will kind of sit in place a little bit easier as well. So there we go. That is my Sekai Radiance, this shoulder hip carry. And you can see the knot there. It's a lovely scale. It's a really nice comfy sling. It's a little bit more tightened up, I would say. A little bit extra. So I'll just pull that through. Tara says, dang, better than I would do on my non-dominant shoulder. I know, it's so strange when you do that. It's for me, it does definitely feels better to be on the other side. But there we go, perfect. So Nikki says it's so pretty. It is. It's such a lovely sling. I do think this is my colours as well. The pink with the blue. Definitely a sort of spring or summer tones for the Sekai Radiance. So I would say that absolutely you could use this one from newborn all the way up until toddlerhood. It's really strong, it's supportive, possibly in a double layer carry for toddlers. It does feel a little bit more on the thin side, so you might want to go for a double hammock, or on your back, or a front wrap cross carry, or a front cross carry, something like that. Or if you are going for a ring sling or a shorter size, and go for that would be perfect for toddlers as well, especially if you're going for shorter carries. Yeah, it's a lovely eco-friendly tencel in the weft. So tencel has a wonderful production properties where it's a closed loop system, so it's much better for the environment, and that's one of the reasons that we love tencel here at Oscha. And this is a bit of a unique opportunity to get the Mako Egyptian cotton. Currently we don't have any other plans to bring it back. I think we may be bringing it back as a sale scarf in the autumn, but certainly as a wrap we don't have any plans at the moment for the mercerized Egyptian Mako cotton. So if you do love the shimmer and you love the sling, we don't have any other plans coming soon, and it's also fairly limited, so I will let you know about that too. If you're interested, I would recommend joining us tomorrow for our Secret Stash happy hour, and you can go for one then. We will have it as made to order as well as ready-made, so you can go ahead for some accessories and make gorgeous scarf, that kind of thing. Nikki says, it's very summery, reminds me of berries and sunsets. I know, it is, it's lovely, isn't it? It does kind of cheer you up for this time of year. Freya says, does the fabric feel warm to the touch or cool? The fabric feels cool to the touch, and I think that is definitely from the tencel. Tencel tends to have that property where it does feel quite cool, it's quite cooling. I would say the wild silk feels, of the blossom moon, feels quite warm or to the touch, and the bamboo and the tencel feel quite cool. So it is actually really lovely for the summertime. Brilliant. It is, it's such a pretty, Christine says it suits you very well, thank you. I have always been told that this kind of fresh pinks and blues do suit me, so it might be one to think about. Lovely. So do let me know if you're looking to see anything else. Sophia says this is so gorgeous. I'll show you it in a double knot as well once I take it off, just so that you get that comparison. But certainly for the slip knot, it feels really nice and comfy and soft. It's not feeling diggy, but potentially if you're using it for a heavy toddler, you may want to go for a double layer carry. Perfect. I love a size 2 for versatility, so yeah, it's a good shout if you're looking for a shorty wrap. Perfect. Isabel says, mine is now like shiny pink butter. It's very special. So yeah, it will break in a little bit more to be even softer than it already is from the bag. So that's the front, that's the front and the reverse. Very similar with Sekai. You just have the negative colours, you know, the opposite way round on the back. So it's really similar. Lovely. Okay, perfect. So I'll just give you a really quick summary. Oh, Jordan says, may have to convince my hubby for this for Mother's Day. Yes, it's Mother's Day. Well, we always call it International Mother's Day on Sunday, because here in the UK our Mother's Day is in March. So we've already had our Mother's Day in the UK and Ireland, but we always like to make a big deal about International Mother's Day, of course, because most of you are all over the world, and it's the most common day, I think, for Mother's Day is on Sunday. So we hope that you have a really lovely weekend this weekend, and a really special Mother's Day on Sunday, and we do have a little special something that's going to go live tomorrow. I may as well let you know about it now. So we are going to be running a free shipping from tomorrow until Monday morning. So if there is something that you like from these new releases, then there's going to be free shipping, and that's all to celebrate International Mother's Day. So you'll be able to check out that information tomorrow. It'll be free shipping over £50, and it won't include duties on the website. So yeah, hopefully that'll be a nice little treat for you all this weekend. So yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'll just slide this off and take the baby out. Lovely. So as I say, do join us for our Secret Stash happy hour tomorrow evening. It starts at 7 o'clock BST and it runs until 8 o'clock, and we'll have our new releases going live at 7:30, right in the middle. And we will have free shipping, which we've never done before on a release day, so we're pretty excited about that. And Julie says, do you have kids, or why do you work with baby wearing stuff? Oh, thank you. What a question for me. That's nice, Julie. So I don't have kids yet, which might be a bit of a surprise to everyone who doesn't know me already. But I have been working with Oscha for 8 years now. So it's been a really lovely place to work for all this time. And I started as as shipping out the orders, working with everyone, working with the customers, doing some customer care, and I loved it so much. And I just absolutely love the community of parents and working with everyone. And yeah, so 8 years later, I'm still here. I've learned so much about baby wearing from all of you, and also from trying with my special dolly here, practicing all of the carries, doing my Sling consultancy course, learning everything about weaving and blends and fabrics. And yeah, so hopefully one day there'll be a baby, but not quite yet. And when that day comes, hopefully it will in the future, and it will be super exciting for me, and we can all share my real baby wearing journey at that point. It would be so lovely to try the slings in real life, but at the moment I just have to live through you and through my friends as well who have got little ones. Thank you, Julie, for that question. That was lovely. Great. Okay, so Alison is asking, is there any superwash, casual, etc. on the horizon? Ooh, I know it's almost summer, but it's always freezing. Where do you live? Scottish summer. Okay, yeah, I get you. I hear you. Superwash wool, let me think. I think it's going to be closer to the end of the summer for superwash wool. I don't think we have anything really soon, but I'll maybe just check what we have coming up and let you know after the video, so that I can give you that information. Isabel says that baby will be in wrap heaven. I know, honestly, can you imagine trying new slings every week? Be brilliant. Oh, thanks, Julie. Okay, perfect. So yes, today we covered the Blossom Moon Bellissima, and we also covered the Imladris Melwa, both of which are new patterns in terms of our new releases. They've been done on pre-orders before. First one's for Oscha, and the Sekai Radiance. So let me just check for any last ones. Sophia says, do you have any other Middle-earth releases in the pipeline? Yes, we do. So in 2 weeks today, I will be able to preview, I think, another 2 Middle-earth releases. So they're not in the same colourway as these ones, they're not on the same warp. So we have, I think it's 2 or 3 new Middle-earth releases. So we've got a little bit of a Middle-earth special for May. So hopefully that'll be good for the Middle-earth fans, and we can look forward to showing you a little bit more information about those soon. Great. So if there isn't any more questions, then I will finish up and I can chat with you more in Clan Oscha. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will also comment on anything here on the video that might be of interest. Oh, another question from Elizabeth. She is asking something like Starry Night Tonic coming soon. We have something like Starry Night Tonic coming in the autumn. So September, October time. Same warp, same weft. You'll have to wait till closer to the time to find out exactly what we've got coming though. Middle Earth excitement, that's great. Oh, hi Maggie Fullerton, my auntie. Lovely. Okay, thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. And I look forward to chatting with you 2 weeks today, and I will also answer any questions I wasn't too sure about, and you can catch me in Clan Oscha anytime. Perfect. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.